How many times have you traveled to different cities and noticed how efficient and convenient public transportation, such as metros and subways, are for the citizens as well as the city itself? It is important to increase the amount of public transportations in the city because it generates money to the city. Citizens are able to travel from suburbs to the cities and back to the suburbs. So implementing a public transportation that takes citizens from a farther distance than just the buses and taxis is very important. Taxis are very, very expensive. If you're traveling from the city to your suburbs, you're spending more than $30. That's more money in gas that you would spend in half of a week. Buses are not traveling and as far distances as that. So if we implement something, a public transportation that takes citizens all the way from the suburbs to all the way to the city in a cheaper, faster, and more convenient way, why not want to implement this? In an article written by Coleman Bennett and Company, July 6, 2006, entitled The Advantages of the Metro Rail in the Economic Times, he stated that metros and subways are faster and more convenient. So, why wouldn't citizens want to be on a public transportation that is safer, faster, and gets them to their destination more conveniently? Another article written by Rachel Cooper in 2013 on the Washington Post entitled The Guide to Public Transportation, she stated that public transportations are very important and advantageous to the cities. They are what a lot of citizens rely on that do not have vehicles. So implementing a public transportation that's more convenient and also most importantly more affordable for the citizens is very advantageous. I have done extensive research on this topic. I've traveled to DC, which actually has a metro. I traveled on the metro for the first time about a month ago. It was very fun, it was convenient, it was fast, and it was cheap. I paid $1.50 to travel from different parts of DC and also to a whole entire another state, Maryland. So, being on this metro, it allowed me to get to my destination quicker than driving in a car. And I feel that I wanted to implement these different public transportations here in the city of Detroit because it's more efficient, it's more convenient, and why wouldn't you want something a public transportation that's cheaper, convenient, and more efficient. So now that you understand why and my reasoning why I want to implement more public transportation in the city of Detroit, I will now discuss the problems that come with the lack of different public transportations in the city of Detroit. Buses, taxis, and the people mover don't travel far distances. It's only in the downtown community of Detroit. What about the east side or the west side or southwest Detroit or northwest Detroit? There are other different parts of the city that bus services, taxi cabs, and the people mover don't travel to. Taxi cabs are too expensive to travel from the city of Detroit to the suburbs. So this creates a problem with citizens' pockets. No one wants to feed out money, that much money on taxi cabs, or have to fill their tank up as much to travel from the suburbs to the cities. So the problem becomes that there is a lack of support with businesses in the city of Detroit. Citizens are less likely to shop in local shops in the city of Detroit rather than the suburbs because they are already out there. So another problem that occurs with this is the hassle of traffic. No one wants to sit in traffic on a bus, on a taxi cab, or in their car. So implementing a metro or a subway cuts all traffic out. According to an article written by Frank Ginaccio, April 2012, public transportation green benefits get lost in DC debate on the Washington, D.C. Metro magazine. He stated how the public transportation, such as metros, actually green the city more than buses and taxis and cars because it reduced on the amount of cars driving on the roads and the amount of pollution entering the atmosphere. So something that greens the city, reduces money in citizens' pockets and also generates money for the city, why wouldn't you want to implement something like that? So now that you know the problems that come with the lack of public transportation in the city of Detroit, I will now discuss the solutions to this problem. Some solutions include hosting rallies, signing a petition, as well as bringing awareness to this issue. And hopefully, people with extensive amount of funds would want to support this issue, knowing that someone is educated, has studied the problem, and is really dedicated into solving the problem. So this could lead to the formation of a transportation committee, and that focuses on getting different public transportations in the city of Detroit, such as subways and metros, and people could volunteer and for these committees and organizations, and this will bring awareness while hosting rallies in the city of Detroit, and a lot of big money spenders would want to donate and support this new public transportation that is actually efficient. So when you get citizens involved and you let them know what they're getting into, they're more likely to want to support. According to a journal article written by Shannon Jones, October 22nd, 2013, entitled "The Driver Strikeout Halts the Service in the City of Detroit," she stated that bus services in the city of Detroit were being cut. And this is actually makes room for subways and metros. According to another article written by Deborah Watson, May 1st, 2012, she also stated that bus services were being cut because people felt less safe riding on buses. They are more likely to get into car accidents as such. So finally, that you have a better understanding on the importance of public transportation and the advantages of implementing public transportations, I hope that you are more likely to help and want to be a part of the public transportation committee and discuss further solutions and different varieties of public transportation that can be implemented in the city of Detroit. Thank you.